Hello, everybody. Daniel Kalenda here, and I just want to take a moment to wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas, and maybe just to share something from my heart that will encourage you today. No matter what you've got going on, I want to just help you to remember this Christmas what truly matters. You know, I was thinking about something earlier today that Evangelist Bonnke said to me once that's especially relevant during this holiday season. He said, the ones that you love the most are the ones that show up in person. Now, that's not always true. Sometimes you love somebody and you just can't be there with them personally. I feel that way about many of you, but the principle is true, isn't it? I mean, you'll probably get a lot of cards and social media type greetings this holiday season, many from people you don't even know. You'll get fewer phone calls. These will be people you know much better, and maybe from the bill collector. But the ones that show up at your door, these are the ones that love you the most. And Reinhard said it like this. He said, to save Israel, God sent Moses, Joshua, and others. But to save us, he sent nobody. He came himself. Jesus, the Son of God, came to save you and me personally. And in light of that, I want to just read to you the words of Jesus in the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 20. It's a verse that's not normally associated with Christmas, but I think it's perfect in this context. Jesus says, behold, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come into him and dine with him, and he with me. You know what that means? Jesus didn't just come to save you in person 2,000 years ago. He is personally here for you right now by the Holy Spirit. Now, maybe this isn't a very good Christmas for you. Maybe you live alone. Maybe you're shut in. Maybe your friends and your family are gone. Maybe nobody in terms of human beings is coming to see you this Christmas. Listen. If you listen carefully, you'll hear a sound. Somebody is knocking at the door. It's Jesus. He wants to come into your life today like you've never experienced before. I love how the New Living Translation version of Revelation chapter 3, verse 20 says it. It says that Jesus is saying that if you will open the door, he says, I will come in and we will share a meal as friends. Now, maybe you come from a big family. And maybe today is going to be a big day. Maybe it has been a big day, depending on when you watch this, where there's lots of activity and laughter and maybe even some chaos. Don't forget the one at the door. After all, this day is all about him, isn't it? Don't forget him. I remember one time I was going to Germany for a conference, a fire conference, and CFAN was hosting this big event, and it was in a big arena, a big venue, and my flight had gotten delayed. And I actually ended up arriving at the event late. In fact, by the time I got to the venue, the worship was almost already over, and it was almost time for me to preach. I was cutting it really close. And my driver brought me around the back of the venue to the entrance where the speakers would go in. And there was a security guard standing there at the door. He wasn't part of our team. He worked for the venue. And I got out of the car with my Bible, and I was trying to rush in the door. And that security guard stood in front of me and stopped me. He said, I need to see your badge. I guess everyone who went through that door was supposed to have these credentials, these ID badges to show that you were allowed to go through that way for security purposes. Well, nobody had given me a badge. So I said, well, I'm the guy preaching tonight. I said, I'm the leader of the ministry that's rented this hall. He said, I'm the one that's on the posters out there. And the guy said to me, I don't care who you are. If you don't have a badge, you're not coming through this door. And so I had to wait. My assistant was looking for somebody to help me get in while I stood there outside in the cold with my Bible under my arm, waiting. And I thought to myself, how funny is this? I'm locked out of my own meeting. And then I thought, I wonder if Jesus ever feels this way with the church. You know, if he says, I stand at the door and knock, well, nobody knocks on the door from the inside. They only knock if they're on the outside. Think of how crazy that is, that Jesus is knocking on the door of his own church. He's like, hi, hey guys, how's it going in there? Looks like you're having a good time without me already. And you know, that's not just true for the church in general. That is true for our lives as well. It's true for our homes. It's true for our celebrations. It's true for this Christmas season. Make sure that you keep Jesus at the center of it. You know, if we're not careful, today can go by so fast that it's just a blur. You'll wake up tomorrow just glad it's over. Slow down. Enjoy these fleeting, finite, precious moments. Be present. Love and really appreciate the people around you. And make sure that you keep Jesus at the center of it all today. So from myself and my family here in warm, sunny Florida, and from the whole Christ for All Nations team all over the world, To you and yours, wherever you are, I want you to know we love you and we wish you a very Merry Christmas.